Ever wonder how the big green guy Hulk smashed his way into our hearts? Well, get ready, because today we're diving into the making of Marvel's Emerald Giant, the Incredible Hulk. From humble comic book beginnings to smashing onto the big screen, this behemoth of a hero has captured our imaginations for decades. Join us as we uncover the secrets behind his creation, the actors who brought him to life, and the incredible journey from page to screen. Get ready to Hulk out with excitement. This is Marvel's Emerald Giant, the making of the Incredible Hulk.
Leads a team of scientists, including one named Bruce Banner, in an experiment involving a super soldier with gamma radiation. Due to technical failures, the experiment goes wrong, turning Bruce Banner into a massive monster known as the Hulk. Against his will, Hulk causes harm to the scientists and flees the scene. In the incident, Thunderbolt's daughter, Elizabeth Ross, also gets injured. The story then jumps 5 years ahead, showing Bruce living a hidden life in the state of Rosie 900, Brazil, constantly trying to control his transformation into the Hulk. Despite his efforts, he faces the challenge of preventing the transformation, which could occur if his heartbeat reaches 200. To manage this, Bruce wears a watch that helps him monitor his heartbeat. Bruce attends a yoga class to control his physical activities and works at a soda factory to sustain his livelihood. One day, while working in the factory, Bruce accidentally gets a small cut, and his blood ends up contaminating a bottle on the conveyor belt. The bottle, containing his blood, is packed and shipped out of the factory. Realizing the potential danger, Bruce strikes a deal with a man in Brazil, obtaining a phone. Back at his home, he contacts Mr. Blue through his laptop, informing him about the special pool he found that could reverse the process of becoming the Hulk. When Bruce successfully creates the chemical, he tests it on himself, realizing that it is gradually starting to work. However, after a while, it becomes apparent that his test sample turns green again, indicating that his blood is reacting to the Hulk transformation. Now, Bruce needs to find another solution. In a scene at the USCI, United States Chemical Institute, they show Bruce opening his fridge. He opens a bottle of Briggs soda and begins to drink it. However, as soon as he drinks the soda, his condition deteriorates, and he collapses right there. The incident comes to the attention of Thunderbolt Ross at the University in Virginia. Ross questions his staff about the location of the incident, and they reveal that it happened in Brazil at a soda factory. Thunderbolt Ross then discovers that Bruce Pollard is working at that same soda factory. Meanwhile, under Thunderbolt Ross's orders, Emil Blonsky and his team are dispatched to Brazil to capture Bruce Banner. As they conduct a surveillance operation at Bruce's home, Bruce, unaware of their presence, is seen opening a Briggs soda bottle and drinking it. However, as he drinks, his health deteriorates, and he falls down. Thunderbolt Ross orders Emil Blonsky and his team to capture Bruce Banner. They gather information about Bruce's details and home address. When the team reaches Bruce's house and starts investigating, Bruce Banner learns about it. Bruce Banner, sensing danger, quietly leaves the house and escapes. An intense chase ensues between Emil Blonsky's team and Bruce Banner. However, there is a moment when Blonsky's team finally captures Bruce Taylor. In the midst of the confrontation, Bruce Taylor gets angry, causing his heart rate to exceed 200 beats per minute, and he transforms into the Hulk. After transforming, Hulk incapacitates Emil Blonsky's entire team and escapes. Emil Blonsky, astonished to see the giant creature, reports back to Thunderbolt Ross. Thunderbolt Ross is informed that they were only there to capture Bruce Banner, but an unknown green monster interfered, aiding Banner in escaping. Thunderbolt Ross is curious about the green monster and learns from Blonsky that it was none other than Bruce Banner himself. Hearing this, Blonsky becomes intrigued and expresses his desire for the same power. Thunderbolt Ross then takes Blonsky to a lab, where he is injected with a serum that turns him into a super soldier. The next morning, Bruce finds himself in a jungle. Seeking help, he reaches a road and hitches a ride in a car. Bruce asks the driver if they can make a detour, and upon questioning where he is headed, the driver replies that he is going towards Mexico. Bruce agrees. Upon reaching Mexico, Bruce seeks assistance from his friend Austin. He requests a job and inquires about a place to stay. Austin suggests that Bruce can stay in an extra room above his pizza restaurant and also work there. Bruce accepts the offer. The scene shifts to a pizza delivery boy delivering pizzas to the university. One day, Bruce is delivering pizzas and encounters his first love, Elizabeth Ross, who is not alone. She is with another scientist. It seems that Elizabeth has developed feelings for the scientist. Now, as Bruce works in the pizza shop, he encounters another scientist who intimidates him. Bruce is assigned pizza deliveries to the university. The scientist warns him about an institute and mentions the fear associated with it. Despite the warning, Bruce continues with his pizza delivery duties and enters the institute through a tube for pizza delivery. Below, there's a security guard sitting, and the guide or guard there is the same whose name is mentioned. When Bruce delivers some pizza, there's someone waiting nearby. In his computer, he thinks, I can contact Mr. Blue here. So, he enters the Star Industries fair and tries to contact Mr. Blue, telling him, now I've become Hulk again. Do you have any way through which I can completely get rid of this disease? Blue in the bed there says, I need a sample of your blood, then I can help you. Advising, he says, by chatting like this, I won't be able to provide you with any solution. Disappointed, Bruce returns to the fan's pizza with frustration, and that night, we see Elizabeth Rose with her boyfriend, who is the scientist's new partner. She arrives at the team's third resto, and when Bruce finds out that Elizabeth is there, he leaves from there embarrassed. However, Elizabeth gets to know about it and goes ahead to find him. We see that it starts raining at night, and Bruce now leaves that rest and moves forward, but still, Elizabeth, following him, finally finds him and says, You've been saying this for so long. I waited for you for 5 years, but I didn't find you anywhere. Then Bruce tells Elizabeth that due to his health-related disease, he used to hide here and there. I wanted to become healthy again and wreak havoc on everyone. Due to someone's reason, I stayed away from you till today. The official name of Elizabeth at the UN Institute is Elizabeth, but at home her name is Betsy. Then, Maddie asks from a distance how she can help, and Bruce explains that he needs to go to the Institute to talk to Mr. Blue again about helping with his experiment. The next morning, they both start going to the Institute, but because the night before, Thunderbolt Ross had entered the Star Industries deal. Due to this, Thunderbolt Ross also finds out the location of Thunderbolt Ross, and he sends many of his soldiers, including Emil Blonsky. Now, since there is a super soldier serum inside Emil Blonsky, he acquires powers similar to Captain America. He starts running very fast. For him, Super Estat and Super Phosphate come in handy, and then Power Blocks send their soldiers to deal with him. When Emil Blonsky reaches there, orders are given to launch 2 grenades, but the soldiers, while complying with his order, throw back 2 grenades, from which gas starts coming out. Now, as soon as the gas starts affecting Bruce loses control of himself, and his heart rate becomes over 200. As a result, his body transforms into the Hulk. When he transforms this time, he becomes very angry and attacks all the soldiers there. Whenever a soldier shoots him, the bullets have no effect on his body. Meanwhile, Thunderbolt Ross orders another new cannon to be called there. It is a lightweight cannon, from which chili comes out, and when Hulk's gamma wave effect occurs, it stops at one place and tries very hard to avoid them, trying to stop the previous wave. There comes a moment when he throws that fast stream shield between the entire cannon, as a result of which it breaks into 2 pieces, and along with that, the effect of gamma waves is also over. In the meantime, the blocks are blocked. At one point, Hulk threw blocks in between by kicking, as a result of which all the soldiers went flying. At that point, Lost taunted Hulk, saying, Is that all the power you have? But we know that Hulk is tomorrow, and he takes blocks by kicking a girl who is kept nearby. There, Thunderbolt and his entire team take him to the hospital, where it is shown that Blonsky's condition has become extremely critical. All the bones in his body are broken, and now he is not even capable of walking. On the other hand, it is shown that Bruce and Betty are preparing to leave New York from Mexico because they have to meet Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue is the only one who can help Bruce Banner transform back into a human, not completely eliminating his health powers, as was the case before. Meanwhile, they chat with Mr. Blue through a computer, and it is revealed that Mr. Blue's real name is Samuel Stein. Stein is a scientist, and we see that Blonsky's body is starting to recover. He arrives and informs Thunderbolt Ross that he needs to capture Bruce Banner now. Until I catch him, I won't have peace. Meanwhile, Bruce and Betty also meet Mr. Blue in New York. In other words, Samuel joins this team, and when they meet him, Emily Stein tells him how I change myself in such a way that I become Hulk, and when I become Hulk, I lose control over myself and whatever is around me. I destroy everything and move forward. Do you have any cure for this? Then, Samuel tells him that when you sent me some samples of your blood, their quantity was quite low. Therefore, I created a gap, and for the inspection of those samples, I sent them to my lab. When Ross sees all those inspections that he also sees samples, his mind goes and he says to the ground that you have to destroy all these samples now because now a human is such that his name is Emil Blonsky. The photos of all these inspections are behind, and if he gets this, then no one in this whole world can save it from destruction. We have to destroy all these samples right now. Blonsky and some of his soldiers had fired poisonous arrows there, because of which Bruce faints and the team of Blocks moves forward to attack all of them. They finally catch Betty and Bruce again and prepare to take them to Virginia, but Blocks and his team stop there in the lab, and if they tell Sammy what inspection he did on it, because of which Bruce always transforms into Hulk. Then, there's Samuel tells him that due to gamma radiation, He used to change his entire body, but now I have removed his screen. Then, super blocks say that if you want to save your life, then put this steel inside my body. Now, I also want to change my entire body like Hulk, so I want to get unlimited power like him, and Viper Samuel, and inside his body, he starts putting the steel, due to which the body of the puppet starts changing again. As I told you before, Thunderbolt Ross had injected the super soldier serum into the body of the blocks. Now, when he also gets the Hulk strain, and he becomes, then Domination, that is, a very big monster now because there are so many changes inside the body of the super blocks. He has so much power that he can lift anyone and throw them. And now he tries to provoke his anger to show his power, so that Hulk can come and fight him, and he can take his revenge from Bruce. Meanwhile, Bruce, Betty, and Thunderbolt Ross find out that Blocks has betrayed them, and at the same time, Hulk's body inside the city starts causing destruction, and when Bruce, Betty, and Thunderbolt Ross find out that Blocks has manipulated them, and Hulk's body is inside the city, going towards destruction, then their Bruce Thunderbolt is quite angry and tells him that now there is no cure for it. Now I will have to land on the ground to stop the mission. This is your mistake. Because of this, there have been so many changes in Betsy's blocks, and now he wants to destroy the entire city. Then Bruce jumps from the helicopter and falls to the ground. But after a while, we see that Bruce's body transforms into the Hulk again, and now there is a fierce battle between Hulk and Abomination because both of them have super soldier powers and enough super strength. So, there is a fierce fight between them. Both try to overpower each other, but then Abomination lifts Hulk and throws him towards the helicopter where Betty and Thunderbolt are. Now, as Hulk collides with the helicopter, the tank in it gets a crack, and petrol starts leaking from there. Then, we see Hulk using his cunning and clapping his hands loudly, creating a shockwave. Meanwhile, Mission attacks the Hulk again and tries to kill him. But now we know that as the Hulk gets angrier, his strength starts to wane and there is a moment when he punches Nikhil and falls off. Just then Dominion now attaches two large hooks to his arm, which he swings to attack the Hulk, but the Hulk punches a teenage girl into the ground, causing a crack to appear. He comes and now the musician's feet fall. The crack causes the chain hook to fall from his hand and directly onto his head, causing the musician to faint slightly, and that's when we get the Hulk is going to kill his mission, and then there the Hulk picks up those chains and then ties the nomination around his neck and tries to kill him, and then again admits defeat from the Awami National Health and returns to his your surrender, and because of that the Hulk gets more angry and he roars loudly. Then if Haldy sitting there sees him, her daughter is in trouble, but because she knows that man can never come in form. That's why he ran away from there. Now the story continues from here. After 6 months we see that everything is back to normal now. Batty and Thunderball are also living normal lives now. The same thing we see in British Columbia pen looting. Hulk is still alive inside the kingdom and making a living from his channel man, and now he is trying to control his light powers, and this is where the movie ends. In the post-credits of this movie, we are shown directly that Thunderball Rose is sitting inside a bar drinking some alcohol, when Tony the Star walks in and he asks Thunderball Rose, "Can I have your troops?" Then there's Thunderbolt asking Tony why? "You want those soldiers?" Then Dad Tony also says that I'm creating a team, called the Avengers Initiative, and with that the movie ends here. Like, comment and tell me how you like any video, and subscribe my channel if you like my videos.